let's go gambling. Let's talk quickly about Nowhere Profit, and let's preface this short. Oh, dog it! I just did that gambit, so you guys can prepare. Let's preface this by saying that I only did one playthrough of the game. I started another playthrough to see what it was like and see what my options were. So obviously my experience here and my knowledge about the game is going to be very limited. But I played enough for at least myself to be happy with the result, and that's why we're moving on. This game is actually pretty. I went in with very low expectations, and I would say that we superseded those expectations at least. You know, the game on the game on Steam, like if you take a gander at it real quick, it doesn't look like much. It looks kind of like your it kind of looks pretty generic. Doesn't have like a lot of like oomph to it, I guess. And you know, for the most part, I guess it does the game justice, because that is kind of the game. But I think that the game is definitely better than I would say that the Steam images give it credit for whatever that's worth. The game is a roguelite deck builder, basically. You, like with a lot of these games, you travel across like a landscape. Your goal is to evolve your deck and to defeat enemies and to make choices in order to win the game. And overall, the mechanics seem fine. You have a little layout where you put your units down, and the big mechanic is that your cards are your followers, and your followers can permanently die when they get wounded in battle, which is probably the best part of the game. I would say that's the most interesting mechanic that introduced to you. Because that kind of makes you care about the cards a bit more, which is cool, right? Like you're not just making choices because for momentum or for like what's the best thing for me to do right now with the cards I have. You're also considering the fact that if you play a certain card, it will get wounded and eventually it could possibly die. So you're trying to like think ahead, like, okay, how do I preserve my cards? Like, ooh, this card is great and I want to use this card in the future, but if I don't play it now, I might also take a lot of damage and you know, possibly die or whatever, right? So it gives you an additional layer. And also if you're naming your cards, right, then you know, you care about the person behind that card too, which is cool. So those mechanics were fine, and I think overall the deck building and the deck building with equipment and stuff seems fine overall. Like that part of the game I actually enjoyed a lot. I think the part of the game I would say probably suffers the most is the exploration / lore segment of the game. The game has and this is a general criticism for a lot of games like this. It has that same thing that like Slay the Spire has, that a bunch of the games in the genre have, where it's like you go to a place and it's like you find an empty vault. What do you do? And you're like, you can choose to like go search it or leave it alone or send someone in. But the game doesn't give you any information on what those options actually lead to, which means that you can't actually make informed decisions, which feels bad in a card game or in a game that's supposed to be about informed decisions to me, right? I think for games like this, they should, at worst, tell you all the possible options something can lead to. At best, it should be like, okay, if you pick this option, it has a chance to lead to these options, or it just leads to this option, right? Like, I go if I search the vault, it could say, you know, 33% chance to find something, 33% chance to find nothing, 33% chance that you take one wound or whatever, right? That would be cool. Because then you're making informed choices and it makes those choices feel more impactful and more fun. Because the alternative, which is what you would do for a game like this if you're playing it seriously, right? Like if I decided that Nowhere Profit is my future game, I want to play this game a lot, what I would do is I would make a Google Sheets and I would write down every event. I would write down all the outcomes I've seen with that event, right? And that's just boring and annoying. But that's what you have to do if you want to actually take the game seriously, right? You don't have the luxury of like gambling every time you travel. So you have to be like, okay, I I need to know exactly what I'm getting from these events, so I can make the best choices possible. And that's not any fun, I think. I would say the second problem is a problem that I feel like a lot of these games have. And it's very prominent in this game too, which is that the lore and the story stuff and the world building stuff isn't interesting in this presentation, for sure, and might not be interesting by itself either, but like this, it feels like a lot of these types of games are people that kind of want to like, they have like an idea for a story and they want to tell that story, and then they choose like the simplest medium to tell the story, which is like an exploration deck builder. I feel like I played a bunch of these games and they're all the same. Which is that like you get bombarded with a bunch of lore, and you don't necessarily care about the lore because you just want to do the deck building, and then but you know, you just keep having to like go through it, and that to me kind of ruins the replayability a little bit, and it just isn't interesting. I feel like if I was I feel like if you want to go this route, then you should just do Thronebreakers, right? Is it called Thronebreaker or Thronebreakers? If I was going to go this route, I would just do Thronebreaker, right? Like, I would just make a game that is like a deck builder, where you tell the story through the deck building, you know? Thronebreaker kind of does the same thing that this game does, but at least it's just a single-player game. It's not a roguelite or whatever, right? And I don't, at least personally, I don't appreciate this type of storytelling in roguelites that much, which is probably the only reason I don't want to replay this game again. Because I do actually enjoy the deck building. I do enjoy the events and stuff, but yeah, that's kind of like the most unappealing part for me. Is the and that's not because I think the world is necessarily bad. It feels a little bit generic, like a thing that I've seen a million times before, but it's mostly just because it's I don't feel like it fits the medium. It doesn't feel like it like really works with this type of game for me. If anything, I would have preferred just a static story and just go through it and make different choices, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. I think that I think this game is great. I think that if I was making a Nowhere Prophet 2, which could be a really good game, the things I would do is I would improve on the overall UI design to make it a little bit more appealing and interesting. Which kind of seems like they're doing with Crownbreakers. Like, this looks way better to me. Like, I would make the cards more stylized, so the cards feel a little bit more like you know what you're getting at. Having an actual hand of cards fanned out looks way better than what they're doing in Nowhere Prophet, so I love that. Like, the entire UI just looks way better. This looks like a different game for sure, though, but, you know. This feels like they're a bit more, like, on the right path for me. This looks way more interestingly stylized, so that's cool. So I would definitely do that, and I would probably choose to present the story in a different way. There's also a very annoying mechanic in this game, which is that, do we have a map here? There's a very annoying, there's a couple of annoying mechanics. One of them is that when you travel between nodes, you can get random events. Don't like that. You know, I want to be, when I play Slay the Spire, right? If I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this battle, get followers here, travel to this ruin, this battle, get food here, you know? If I choose my route, I want to know exactly what I'm getting into. I don't want to get a random event between this thing and that thing that, like, damages me, takes resources from me, even gives me resources. Like, I don't care. I don't want that. Like, I want to know exactly what I'm getting into when I'm choosing my path, right? And along with that, I feel like having all these management aspects kind of like detract from the game overall, because it feels like you end up in two columns. Either you run either it's too hard or it's too easy. So for instance, we ended our last game with like 200 bonus food, right? So to me it was too easy, but you could also end up in a place where it's like, okay, can I afford to go here, go there, go up here, go back here, go over here, go up here, go there, you know? Can I afford that with the food I have? It's hard to tell, because you're not really plotting a course and you get random events, and you don't know what you're going to get when you go here, right? If I play Slay the Spire and I go to a campfire, I know exactly what I can do. I can upgrade a card, or I can rest to get this much health back. And this is like, oh, I go here and I get 12 food, or I get 13 food, or 50 food, right? there is probably like a set amount and a chance for a set amount, but you know, it becomes a little bit too RNG, right? Like, would you lose anything significant from this game by just removing the food mechanic, or only using the food to heal or something, not using it to travel? I don't think so, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, I would say an overall good game though. Sick new camera angle. What the hell? Wait, are you looking at my tier 3 subcam? What's up, Wolf Scout? The difficulty curve for this game is just whack. I've beaten Satisfyer at 20, hardest possible difficulty, half a dozen times, and I find this game intensely frustrating at the easiest difficulty. I see the way that I could have averted problems with the right combination of cards, but the synergies are way too easy to disrupt. If I lock into the right draws, the fights are easy, while if I look into the wrong cards at the wrong time, I'm screwed. You have way less ways to manipulate your deck, mid-battle and instead Spire or Griftlands, so a bad draw just means you're up a creek. It just feels masochistic to me in a way that A20 run into the Spire does not. Yeah, actually, that's actually a fair criticism a little bit, because I locked into a victory deck by realizing that if I... First of all, by getting cards that just damage the leader, and by realizing that if I just go sug the leader's face, I just win. Because I had multiple cards that just did 8 damage, right? And, you know, this dude has 3 health left. If I had that card now, I just kill this guy. One problem with this type of design is that, you know, let's say that right now it's the enemy's turn, right? And let's say the enemy just decides to kill this thing. Let's say they killed this row somehow. Now your cards are wounded, and now you have a chance of losing them. And then if you're building a synergy, now you're losing that synergy forever. So it feels double bad to lose in this game, and you don't have the opportunity to just retreat, right? I can't be like, oh crap, this isn't going well for me, just retreat. Which means that you have to keep throwing cards at the problem, which means that when you're losing, you're just going to lose more. That doesn't feel good, right? In a game like Slay the Spire, you can choose to kind of like take a battle that is going to go bad for you, so you can win more in the future. But in this game, if you take a battle that's bad for you, you're just going to lose more in the future, more than likely, right? That feels a little bit bad. What's up, Dollies? Yeah, let's see here. Nowhere. Profit. We played this game. This game does have a lot of replayability though, so if you're into that, then you know there is a lot of potential there. We'll start finding content. 7.2 hours. Damn, I played that game for a little bit, huh? Ooh. Well, we can put it right in there then. Nowhere. Profit. Just want one thing, just to be the king. Uh, 7.2 hours. How is the... Oh, yeah, well, I guess the average time here is 6 hours because people didn't play it that much. Nowhere, profit, time. I mean, the completionist time on this must be like hundreds of hours. Yeah, again, no one's completed it. That's fair. That's fair. Alright. Deadline scale. 10 flows, math space, 9 everyone should play this. Get 8 card experience for playing, 7 good play if sounds fun, 6 alright play if you like the genre, 5 average, 4 still a functioning game, 3 barely worth playing, 2 everyone should avoid this, 1 no redeemable qualities. We added 4 to 1 because I had to rate Golem. If this game didn't have a follower mechanic that's a little bit compelling, I'd give this like a 6-1. I think that's a fair score for this game. Let's keep in mind that this is on the Endaline scale, so it's not on the. It has an 80 on. That's pretty crazy. Let's keep in mind this on the Endaline scale, where a 6 is not a bad game. This is not a bad game. It's just it just feels a little bit like Baby's first game, a little bit, you know. And this game actually looks pretty interesting. So I'll definitely wishlist this if I log into my Steam account. Look at my Steam account. Look at the cash amount. It's definitely a game. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Derbertrun? Similar to Monster Train, but not Slay the Spire? Oh, this game is. Oh, interesting, okay. Crash enemy territory. Alright, I think that's it for Nora Profit. Let's Endaline, weird Metallica reference. I'm him. Alright, let's look at Starfinder. Do I just link this? We're doing a live react. Is it open yet? One backed. Epic Tellers. They've created only this one. Okay, that's not necessarily very promising. Let's see. They are doing a game called Starfinder Afterlight. Using Starfinder's 2E rule set. I love that. 2E is a great system.
Now.
Now?
What part of now thing you get, Musclehead?
Okay. In the galaxy, threatened by
Why? Have you even played 2E? You haven't.
war, a grim destiny has been revealed. A dark power determined to undo space itself. Only a crew of larger-than-life heroes can save the day.
Wait, are those supposed to be us?
Yes, isn't it cool?
Oh boy.
That kind of gave me a Critical Role vibe. I'm just trying new rage bait. Did it work? Yeah. Starfinder Afterlight. It's already on Steam, but they haven't even kickstarted it yet. I mean, Kickstarter is usually just a proof of concept and for some additional funding, but you know, usually it's like if the Kickstarter fails, then that's pretty bad sign for the game. I guess they're very confident, huh? Why is this guy looking so that was wishlist, sure. Like how can this be similar to Expedition Zero? It's not even out yet. What it's a new game. Look at the screenshots. UI looks fine. Graphics looks fine. This looks interesting. Interesting story art. Like this. Soldier, how about blasting ourselves a new door? I mean, looks overall interesting, I guess. 6 unique companions. Turn-based tactical combat. As long as I can play Goblin Space. Archives of Nethys. As long as I can play Goblin, parenthesis, space. That's what I want in my life. I just want to be Goblin, parenthesis, space. And this has done anything before. Can't wait for death effects in space. A space goblin. No, it's goblin parenthesis space. 3 actions per turn. Yeah, that's. Look, there's the action icons from Pathfinder. Enemies from Hell Knights. Wait, there's Hell Knights in Starfinder? Gather misfits across the packed worlds. From Absalom Station to Undead Planets. No wrong answers. What? I'll think about kickstarting it. Political correctness nonsense. How are you feeling, George? How's your tooth? Founded in sunny Barcelona in 2023 and proud of being a fully remote studio, we are a diverse team united by shared passion to develop games that connect with people. We believe in teamwork and genuine collaboration, trusting each member to contribute to their unique vision in the world we aim to build. Our mission to create narrative-driven stories that will resonate in your hearts forever, a roller coaster of emotions crafted from its onset to its conclusion, while enjoying the creative process between. At Epic Tellers, we are driven by transparency, flexibility, and above all, a love for what we do. Fully remote game is cooked. So they've been working on this game for a few years, probably. It's probably very close to release, I assume. Or like a year away or something. I better not to say, praise the Desna, everyone is there. What's the sign of Desna? Would be like this? Butterfly wings? I think I just feel decision. Nice. It's awesome. What are we cooking now? Algorithm. Thanks for cooking something really special and can't wait to share it with you all. We're newly born studio raised by industry veterans out of their love for... Who are the industry veterans then? What does that mean? I hate the term industry veterans. It's such a pointless garbage marketing term. This game looks great from the trailer stuff, and I love Pathfinder Second Edition. Starfinder by definition is a great choice then. And I mean, this looks miles better than Dragon Sword or whatever that game is called. This thing, it looks miles better than whatever this game is supposed to be already. It's such a pointless, like, what is an industry veteran, right? If I worked in QA as like an assistant QAer for 5 years, and then I got bumped up to low tier programmer for 10 years. Am I a veteran in the industry? Someone on Reddit went through their LinkedIn and said there's people in there with decent experience. Yeah, that's awesome. Industry veterans is such a cope. Whatever works to get venture capital. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. I'm just saying I don't like the term. As an individual trying to take offense to your comments. It's just like from one of the people that worked on Mass Effect. Like, okay, like who? Well, this guy, he was he was the secretary to the guy that handed out the paychecks. So, oh, okay, I guess he did work on Mass Effect. From the team that brought you the game that failed to capture an audience, so we all got laid off. If you're an industry veteran, your dad worked at Blizzard. I'm a newspaper deliverer, call me an intelligence veteran. Pirate software. I should have put industry veteran on my LinkedIn profile, yeah. I like this term can be valuable, but the problem is that everyone uses it for different things, right? Like if industry veteran meant that you have like Rami Ishmael on your team or whatever. You know, who has like where's that website where you can see like game credits? This thing, Moby Games. Like if you're credited in 161 credits for 131 games, you know, cool. If that's what we mean with an industry veteran, awesome. But otherwise, this feels like a nothing burger. He worked at Blizzard, just not at anything Blizzard stands for. Hey, he worked there for 7 years, man. Blizzard. I worked at Blizzard. They can just be in the same kind of job for 20 years and be kind of successful. Yeah, or it doesn't mean... Well, that's the problem, right? Like, if everyone uses this term correctly, it would be great. But otherwise, industry veteran just, like, has no meaning. But I'll kickstart this, probably. I'll probably kickstart this. Get my name in the credits. Get my own personal quest. Blizzard, 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 Blizzard. Oh god. I got a Kingmaker Kickstarter quest. Yeah, that's awful. He also personally made sure all the people you like at Blizzard get fired at their exclusive job. Blizzard, 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 Blizzard. Yeah, I hate the term industry veteran. Hold up. Early. Oh, I can notify me on launch, but why do you have to log in to Kickstarter to get notified? Couldn't they just you should try this. What is this? Why can't I just get an email? Then you informed how Blizzard handled training. I score a solid 2 out of 10 after guessing all 10. Dungeons & Dragons has been with us for 50 years. What is the first campaign setting ever created for D&D? Oh, it's a quiz? I don't know if Greyhawk is in one. Is it Dragonlance? Oh, Blackmore. The 5e campaign Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus features a set of rules for which of these activities? Lava surfing. Car combat? The first ever D&D box set included just 3 classes. Which of these was not a class in that set? Cleric? Thief? Which of these could you purchase as a skill for your character in D&D 5e using only rules from official books? Lucid dreaming? I'm just guessing. I don't know. In the first player's handbook of for D&D 4th edition, what new class joined the lineup alongside cleric, fighter, paladin, ranger, rogue, warlock, and wizard? Scion. No, warlord. Which of these acronyms does not refer to an official edition of the D&D core rulebooks? What the hell? Well, AD&D is one. BX, OSR, Old School RuneScape. In which book did Tieflings first appear as a playable race? Planescape? Yeah, makes sense. The 2024 revised D&D 5th edition Player's Handbook features an impressive 48 subclasses, but which of these is not included? There's no shot they don't have Necromancer, right? College of Dance, Fey Wanderer. Is it Necromancer? Oh my god. What was Gary Gaga's original inspiration for the iconic owlbear? A wilderness hike gone awry? Oh, a cheap plastic toy. Which of this is not a real official D&D monster? Pocket picker, flail snail, wolf in sheep's clothing, flump. Wolf in sheep's clothing? No, pocket picker. Hey, at least I beat Dwalis and Jace, but I only guessed all of these, so. I don't know. This I didn't like this. I didn't like that. Car combat. Thief. Which one was this again? I already forgot. I only got Pocket Picker and the owlbear one correct. I knew all the answers, didn't want to win. Oh. In the will. Oh no, I didn't remove nowhere profit. Nowhere profit. Spinny, 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 spinny. What are we doing? What are we doing? Please. Oh god. What is... Oh no. God damn it. I didn't want to read. Oh. You should do, yeah, I know. It's Finding Paradise, it's find, I gotta do the to the moon because is this the third game? How does this work? Third. So I gotta do the to the moon DLC first, don't I? Winner, winner, fart, poop, poop, at, oops. The Moon DLC is Finding Paradise in Post Factory. Ugh, ugh. I didn't want to read. Okay, so these are the DLCs, right? It's the holiday special. Oh my god. Hi! Hi! I'm just gonna grab him and shake him up. Alright, well, I guess we're doing is there like a To the Moon story recap? YouTube. To the Moon recap. Well, I guess we're doing To the Moon. Probably on YouTube, but it doesn't seem to be the case actually somehow. Summary and thoughts. This is 30 minutes long. To the Moon story. Castle crumbles into your left. Summary. I think this is just God damn it. You want to do all of them? I probably won't.
We will all eventually be at our final mark. See you left behind, or would... To the Moon, however, explores a new future, where in their final moments a person live their lives to the fullest.
I don't care what you have to say.
John Wiles is one of those people. An old man who feels that something has always been missing.
Actually, the DLC does serve as something of a recap. Oh, okay. 40 hours of reading? No, I mean, it would be like 10 hours of reading, probably. Oh. It's a story about Dr. Eva Roslin and Dr. Neil Watts, who work for Sigmund Corp. Their job is to fulfill the dying wishes of the patients by altering their artificial memories to appear as if their wish came true. Their latest client, John Wiles, wants to go to the moon, but doesn't know why. The doctor's journey through his memories, starting with his older years and going backwards. To understand his desire, they uncover his love for his wife, River, and her fascination with the moon, revealing that his wish is tied to a promise he made to her. The doctors ultimately implant the moon wish into his memories, fulfilling his desire to go to the moon. He's reading the AI overview. You can read the plot recap on the Wikipedia. I'm not listening in protest. I'm gonna go to ChatGPT right now. ChatGPT.com. Fart, 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 fart. Destroy the environment. Fart, fart, fart. Sounds like a freaking chaotic or silly vibe. Please search the entire internet and use a bunch of power. Destroy the world. Searching the web. If I remember, To the Moon was a bit annoying to capture, wasn't it? Let's go and take a little gander at this thing. To the Moon. The first job I'm replacing with my AI is Deb. No! Explain the events of To the Moon in 3 sentences. I don't want it in 3 sentences. I want to remember, because I roughly remember the story. I just want to have like Although he doesn't know why, the doctor inserts himself into memories to learn about him and what brought him to the current. Okay, this is just what AI told us. Eventually, it's revealed that Johnny and River met as children at the carnival. They looked at the night sky and made up a constellation, a rabbit with the moon at its belly. The two agreed to meet at the same place the following year, with Johnny promising that should he forget or get lost, the two would regroup on the moon. That night, Johnny gives River a toy platypus, which River treasures for the rest of her life. Shortly after, Johnny's twin brother Joy was killed in an accident. Johnny was given beta blockers to induce memory loss of the tragic event, also causing him to forget his first encounter with River. He later happened to meet her again and eventually marry her, and River only realized later on that he had forgotten the meeting at the carnival. Johnny confessed that he approached her in a school because she was different, and revealed that he thought that was their first meeting. River, who was diagnosed with autism as an adult, did not tell Johnny directly about their first meeting. Instead, she tried to indirectly jostle his memory by cutting her hair and crafting paper bunnies, including a dual-colored one representing the constellation they made up during their first encounter, combined with the blue eye and yellow dress she wore on their wedding. River was unable to make Johnny remember before she died, and Johnny was left with lingering guilt and an inexplicable desire to go to the moon. Did someone say the word autism? At the present, Rosaline and Watts eventually implant a memory sequence in which Joy did not die and lived on to become a popular author, and Johnny did not meet River again until they started working together at NASA. As the comatose real-life Johnny begins to die, he imagines going on a moon mission with River. During the launch, River holds out a hand to him. The moon appears through the window on the ship, and Johnny takes her hand as his heart monitor flatlines. I feel sad. In the epilogue, wait, is the epilogue part of the DLC? Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember an epilogue, so let's just see what this game looks like. Play Minisode after main game. That's what I'm doing, right? Okay, so for people that are unaware, the To the Moon games are they're pretty decent. They're pretty. The hell? I'm in the jungle right now? God damn it. You know the worst part is we also just barely skipped a To the Moon game with when we got Nowhere Profit. It was like right below. I guess I'll remove whatever I end up playing. I don't know how much we're playing. Let's see here. The game's full screen. That's a good sign. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Here. Are we just going straight into it? No menu, no settings. Voice acting. Voice acting, everyone. Okay. Alt 4? Perfect. Yeah, guys, I can't play that shit. I can't play that. What is that? What is that graphic? That wasn't even remotely realistic. Guys, I can't play that. I can't do that. What do you want me